Welcome back to part 8 of the Sonic Adventure DX commentary, and we just finished Sonic Stories in the last video, and in this one we'll start with Tails.
Woohoo! I think the only part I really appreciate about Tails is being able to fly. That was nice.
Oh yes, I love abusing the jet anklets in this playthrough.
Always. It's okay, Tails. Talk without moving your mouth.
Right? I mean, there's just some animations during the playthrough where he's like not moving his mouth at all, so it's like, how the hell?
Tails, the real reason your plane crashed, let's be honest, is because you filled the engine with bees.
And apparently, I don't know, some springs are just going haywire or something, I don't know.
You put bees in your engine, this is what happens.
Also, he's just a fox.
Truth. He's a fox attempting to fly a plane.
Hey,
bruh.
what's up? Nothing, I'm just decided to come after you, because you're a troublemaker, as always.
You're lucky I saw you come down.
We get some reoccurrence of,
It's not like you to crash like that.
Scenes.
Yep, scenes, yep. But, I mean, the dialogue is worded, completely different.
Slightly, not always completely, but,
Yeah. But, I mean, I think if there's one thing that's interesting is, if you're playing as Tails, it looks like in Tails' playthrough that Dr. Robotnik and Tails are sworn enemies, not Sonic or Robotnik. So I guess that's one thing I kind of like about it. Ah, well.
Alright, so Tails wants to use the power of magic to fly his plane. That's what I gathered from that.
Does he not realize what happened in Final Fantasy VI?
Yeah. You think people would learn?
I guess Tails didn't catch up on Final Fantasy VI.
Now, this is what I always do on my playthroughs, is go immediately for the jet anklets.
Yes, and that's what I do right here. Although I do love the lovely camera angle of this. Oh well. Oh look, it's your jet anklets. Be sure you don't get a bruise on your ankles.
Look, it's your
Jet anklets, yo!
jet power makes you fly faster.
Faster is an understatement.
I mean, seriously, like, every time he bends his feet or whatever, doesn't that metal part just bend in and squeeze his toes in there or something?
Yeah, you'd think it would actually. But yeah, faster is an understatement. Like, these things make you go so fast that it is almost like it is a struggle to control it sometimes.
Yes.
It really is. Like, you can send yourself flying off of cliffs by, accidentally using the jet anklets and gaining too much speed.
Yeah.
I guess this was a point before Robotnik accepted his little nickname there.
Yep. And I guess ever since Sonic Adventure DX, or Sonic Adventure in general, really, is when the name Eggman's just stuck. Because
Yeah, he seems to accept it.
Because even in the instruction booklets of the Sega Genesis of Sonic the Hedgehog, he was nicknamed Eggman, so...
Was he?
Like, he would be called his full name, Dr. Ivor Robotnik, and then they would have it in parentheses, Eggman.
I don't remember if that was the case in the Sonic 3 and Knuckles booklet I had. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and see, but I'll be damned if I could find the thing.
And we get introduced to Egg Hornet Harder.
I'd also like to take note that this game seems to be... Sonic Adventures seems to have a weird, starting with 4 lives, Most games start you with like 5 or 3.
Well, I think in this case, the 0 in the life counter is considered a life as well.
Yeah, I suppose. But, you know, even then, like, most games, even if 0 is counted as, you know, still having a chance, or it still counts as a life, you know, they still give you 5.
Yeah. And then they completely get ass backwards in I think in
Yeah.
the Sonic Advance franchise, where it starts you off with 3 lives.
Well, that's fine. 3, 5. It's still the same.
Yeah.
It's, you know, the general numbers they use. And actually, I think having 4 lives, even if you do count the 0, is only 4 lives still. Because, you know, if you die once when you have 4, then you get knocked down to 3. And then when you die again, you get knocked down to 2. And then when you die again, you get knocked down to 1. And then you die again, you get knocked down to 0.
Yeah.
It allows, you know, it allows 5 deaths, but after the 5th death, then you're done.
I'm getting a sense of deja vu here. I feel like we've encountered
little
this
bit.
scene.
A little bit.
I feel like we've encountered this scene before.
I feel like we've been here.
Oh well, maybe it shouldn't. It shouldn't disrupt time or space at all.
I saw the other day.
Monster?
That's one thing I didn't understand. Like, in later playthroughs I've done on this game, you'd think Sega would have the bright idea of just making it, like, sort of... Like, I know, like, you'd play one section with Sonic, and then you'd play one section with Tails, or whatever, and one section with Knuckles. Instead, they
You mean
just,
like in a sequence?
and like in a sequence manner, I guess.
Yeah, I mean...
Because if there's one thing, you know, I dread on doing multiple playthroughs of this, is just going through the same exact story arc.
Yeah... I mean, I appreciated that SA2 kinda, you know, forced you to go through the different characters together.
Yeah.
Which essentially allowed it to be, like, more, you know, chronological rather than constantly having to, like, re-experience, like, some of the same events over and over.
Yeah.
Right? So what do you say, Sonic? Let's find the Chaos Emeralds before Eggman does.
Let's
You know,
do it.
I'm almost positive Sonic said that last time.
Yeah, that's... You know, that's exactly what I said just a few moments ago. Like, it's like
Yeah.
Tails is in charge, because it's Tails' story. It's like how
Yeah.
it happened. I like to
Yeah, it's like they-
I like to consider these as what if stories until the last story happens.
Truth.
uh,
Or at least, like, you know, as told by...
fuck you, I'm flying.
Get the hell out, Sonic.
You can stick to
Wow, I don't think I've taken this shortcut before.
Oh, trust me.
Jeez.
I take it that
How is Sonic keeping up at all? This is absolute crap.
I take it that you've never considered about doing this.
No.
It's actually fun.
Oh, right. I forgot it forces him to, like, be within, like, a certain range of you.
Yeah. And I just found this out until, like, the very end of the stage, that I think if you press the B button, it will actually descend you faster. But you don't want to go exactly go crazy on that yet, because it happened to me one time that I was, you know, doing this of sequence breaking the game, and it counted as a death for some odd reason.
Yeah, I guess there's just specific barriers that if you hit them, you know... If you hit them, it's like, oh, well, you died.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, otherwise, if it's like, if you died as Sonic in that stage, you'd be falling for a long time.
Yeah. But, well, I think...
Back we go.
Yep. Back to Station Square, Casinopolis. I mean, if there's one thing I like the fact that it's a little different compared to the classic Sonic games, because in the classic Sonic games, if you play as Sonic or Tails, I mean, they're just basically going through the same level, except one character is different from the other.
Mm-hmm.
In this game, they introduced the difference between Sonic and Tails if you play as Tails, that you go against Sonic. And I think
It's not really going against Sonic. I believe, as one person put it, Tails' story is more about Tails realizing that he can't always count on Sonic to do everything for him.
yeah.
Like, he can't always count on Sonic to be there and, help him through stuff. That eventually, he's always gonna kind of have to be able to do things on his own.
Yeah. And that's exactly one thing I do enjoy about Tails' story, is that Tails is having this sudden realization, and he's growing more up to be more of an adult.
Yeah, it's kind of like a coming of age thing where he realizes he's got to take a stand for himself.
Yep. Sudden case of deja vu again.
Haven't been here before.
Nope. And Sonic doesn't spin dash, he just walks.
Yeah, and Tails jumps.
What is... I mean, I guess it's sleeping gas, but you'd think that the color of the smoke would be different.
I mean, this is Sonic the Hedgehog we're talking about. We have lightning fast blue hedgehogs. I think sleeping gas can be whatever the hell color it wants.
I guess.
Sonic, what happened to the Chaos Emerald?
Haven't
I
you...
like how Tails' tails are just constantly, like, waving up and down.
He must be getting desperate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now the Emerald
I don't know.
2-1 and Eggman's winning.
It's just like his whole body is not moving except for his two tails. Oh,
Correct.
and I do try to catch up with Cream the Rabbit to get a better look at her. And it's just a glitchy mess.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Gary, what are you doing? What are you doing? Go back, go back. Get the fucking ice stone. There you go. There you go.
You're leaving some behind there, brah. You know, that thing that lets you, I don't know, continue with the game.
There you go, Gary. Redemption has been fulfilled.
Getting a little jumpy there.
Yeah.
Getting a little,
Having a little trouble with the,
having a little trouble with some of the physics.
yeah. Oh well.
And all of a sudden a wall explodes. No civilians were harmed, even though there was totally one standing there beforehand.
Oh, did it get rid of that ball? No, it didn't. Son of a bitch. Did it get rid of that ball of light is what I was gonna ask.
Smash the ball light, please and thank you. I still wish I knew what, like, they were saying in the background. Or if it's just gibberish. I swear to God they're saying "you never know."
Right. But, that's part 1 of Tails' playthrough.
That's part 1 of Tails, alright.
And we will see you all in part 9.
Woohoo!